Hello, Scorpio. Check 1, 2. Are we ready to go? Hi, Scorpio. How are you doing? Thanks, guys, for being a part of this YouTube channel and here at this moment in space and time. We're just looking at things. We're looking at the month of September already. So we've got tarot out, and I wanted to let you guys know I appreciate all of your support and all your receptivity to the messages that come through. It really keeps me going, keeps me doing this. And I wanted to as well let you know that I'm going to change up the format a little bit. I'm going to do 2 readings in this video. The first one is going to be like a mundane look at life for the sign of Scorpio through the month of September. This is just kind of like the nitty-gritty of tarot. This is like anybody with 2 eyes and a mouth that knows what the traditional meanings of the cards are could give this general read. But that's what some people come here for. They just want the nitty-gritty. They just want to know like what's going on behind the scenes, maybe other people, that sort of thing. And then the second reading, the second half of the video, is going to be for like more like the messages for people that have awakened or are going through a process of awakening or higher spiritual sensitivity. There's many ways you could call it. So let's ask Tarot, what are the messages for Scorpio for September 2017? Messages for Scorpio 2017. Normally we got a lot of flippers and jumpers and poppers, but not this time, not for you, Scorpio. The feeling I have is that maybe some of you have been like quite emotional. Some of you maybe like been tempted to fall into bad habits. Some of you might just be like feeling like you want to rip somebody's face off. Like there could be like a lot of like sort of things that you're perceiving to be adverse right now. So this Monday reading is coming in the form of a Celtic cross. I haven't done these in quite a while, guys, so bear with me. Still going to look at the bottom of the deck. We got the 3 of Pentacles up here. So for a lot of you, work situations are an underlying current, an underlying theme. There could be situations of questioning of the workplace, people in the workplace, things of that nature. Okay, so here you are with your intention set as the querent, the question. You guys have temperance. This has been a big theme for you guys through this mid-2017, I feel, and look at it continuing here through September. So maybe that initial feeling I have of some of you like maybe getting back into bad habits, it's like if you are, maybe there's this like with a new awareness of like, okay, moderation is key. And Scorpio, you guys are the sign of like your moderation masters. You're like, yeah, we'll get into a little bit, I'll try, I can afford to do this once or twice a month or once or twice a year, so I'm gonna do it, right? As long as I'm not hurting anybody, nothing can come back on me. That sort of balance, that good, moderate, temperate attitude towards things is really still working for you here for a lot of you that are checking it out. I feel a lot of you are here kind of wondering about other people, but you as a querent, looking very balanced, looking very good. You've been able to keep your temper in check, although I still have that feeling that there's some like underlying like things like you really like. Some of you could be like giving people peace of your mind to like keep things balanced, and other you might be holding on to things in order not to disrupt or keep balance in situations. Okay, so take it face value. Crossing you is a Queen of Swords. Straight up, somebody that could be your challenge or upsetting you or in your way at this time could be a Libra, an Aquarius, or a Gemini. This is somebody that is presenting a lesson to you, or somebody like you might be at odds with, or you maybe need to clear the air with or hash things out with. Now it's coming up as the Queen of Swords, right? So this is a person that's not like wise enough to hear your side of the story as of yet. They would probably still, if there are differences here, they would still be coming at it from just like a not being able to see the other side of the coin sort of situation, okay? And if this is you, if you're in a process of cutting things out of your life, the challenge is going to be to do it discerningly, okay? Make sure you don't burn any bridges before it's time, all right? So what's crowning this situation? And this is all like, remember, this is coming up for work for a lot of you. Crowning the situation is a 6 of Swords here, okay? So this is a tougher time. Some of you are feeling like things could be better. I almost feel like you're here like thinking like, what are the little things I can do to make the situation better? What blessings that I have in my life can I use to the fullest advantage to make the most of my time and make the most of what I have? And this is a lot of mental stuff. This is like, if there's anything that's lacking here, it's like being able to put your mind at ease, sort of maybe at like bedtime or through the working hours. Like, it's almost like it's a Jekyll and Hyde thing. It's like very peaceful when you're doing what you want to do. But then as soon as like other people start sort of getting in your way and meddling, it could be like a bit of tough waters where it's like you might even be putting on like a particular game face just to deal with people at this time. And OPBS or other people's bullshit at this time. Kind of crowning this reading is just a situation where it's like you want to be somewhere. You want the environment or the situation to change, I feel, but you're not able to do that because it's almost like there's too much pushing against you at this time. What you're bringing forward from the past, look at this, is a buttload of like maybe some dishonesty, some lies, some secrets, things of that nature. I'm not accusing you of anything. This could be people in your environment that haven't been straightforward with you, Scorpio, that haven't like kind of cleared the air. This could be situations where it's like somebody maybe even is like ducking and hiding when you come around because they don't want to face up, or what do they call that, save face, or face the music. A lot of times I feel that is a situation that's kind of been drawn out for too long. We have this ace reverse. It's like there's nothing new that can come of a situation until there are certain things that have been cleared. Okay, so with people, with yourself, whatever work you can be doing to be clearing, emptying your table, emptying your palette, emptying your canvas, do that work. Okay, now at the foundation, sort of here in the subconscious, we got this Hierophant reversed. So there's challenging belief structures, challenging even like social structures around you at this time. Some of you may be losing faith in other people, and some of you may be losing faith in the path that you're on even. Stay tuned for the awakened part. For those of you that want to, like, this speaks that there could be a lot of messages coming through, that it's like there could be a renewal of faith that needs to be coming, and this is on the subconscious level. So whether this is like not being prepared to enter into like your true authentic self, or not being ready to face the inevitable. It could be like a divorce, or lies, or confronting like assumptions of cheating as well at this time with these cards the way they're come up here now, because the Hierophant reverse can be like major breakups or families like splitting or things like that. Or as well, this could be like wisdom or knowledge that has been dropped or lost. So maybe you're forgetting to do some of the things that you wanted to do, but you here are sort of very balanced. So make sure that the other people around you, you're not getting pushed around at this time, Scorpio. I want to say that because it was like that feeling I had. It's like you want to avoid like confrontation with this Queen of Swords, but at the same time, you don't want to get pushed around by this energy. So it's like you're kind of like creating like separation and a little bit of distance, I feel, with this. But just remember, like when I see this, like have the knowledge to rely upon your instincts, to use your resources and your blessings wisely to help you bring peace to situations, I guess, is a feeling I have. Now, near future, Five of Pentacles reverse. So some of you may be gaining new social favor or social acceptance through things that are being revealed, or through you placing your bets, placing your focus, placing your faith, placing your hope in new areas, I feel, with this Five of Pentacles reverse. There could be other people that are kind of wising up to maybe your point of view, your permanence in a situation. They're recognizing this balance that you bring to the great many things that you do, and the great many people that you influence. Maybe you don't even realize it, because with the heavy-duty fixed water, you're so influential. It's like that deep, clear mountain lake where it's just like, it's there. Everybody knows how to get there because you go to the lowest point to find that body of water, and it's like you influence people subconsciously. So yeah, it's something that's just kind of like behind the scenes, but you maybe see people like being nicer to you even in the short term is a feeling I have. Okay, there's surrounding work still. All right, in the environment, Nine of Cups fulfilled. Yeah, a lot of you are like emotional, like when is the break coming, when is it my time, when are things going to get better for me, kind of thing. The Nine of Cups, look at this big circle here, like Jupiter's coming, Scorpio. It's like it's ready for you, and it's asking you, are you ready for it? So to have this card in your environment, it's like, don't get drawn into other people's soap operas and social and emotional dramas at this time. It's not going to favor you. All right. Now we've got, another Nine reverse. So now we've got a Nine of Swords reverse. This balance, all right? Bring this balance, being able to shut the world off, shut out the other people's bullshit out at bedtime, and just meditate, just breathe, be at one. And it's like maybe even like care for your body when there's times where you're alone, and get yourself in a peak physical performance or health, so to speak. And this moderation comes into play here as well. Maybe you're finding that it's a bit of a difficult transition to let go of something or accept some fact that other people, don't see things, particularly the way that you do. But this is something here that is mostly a mental game you play with yourself. And again, an emotional game that you're playing with yourself. These cards are like very single people. So environment and your best path to follow is don't worry when you're in your alone time, okay? Oh, sorry, I got those backwards. These two cards together, though, we've got 99, so now we got 66 up when they're reversed. Don't be afraid in your alone time to really just don't worry about it is what I'm going to say. Worry doesn't add a single day to your life. So the warnings here are, it's like if the self things come up, just let them go. If they're not in your face right at the present moment, then it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, okay? A 5 of Wands reverse in your hopes and fears. So this is big time, right? It's good. Maybe you're too suspect that, people don't like you when really they're just maybe a little bit indifferent or they're caught up in their own thing, right? We're into the month of September where everybody's going to be challenged with getting their poop in the groove, getting their shit together. And if it's like you're dealing with situations where people are breaking plans or you're breaking plans, don't worry about it. A lot of people at this time are ready to let water go under the bridge because they need to be focused on self and their own families and their own lives and their own situations. If there are people that are like out there dogging you and, trying to push you around, if this air sign is there doing that, this situation is like, again, don't worry about it. Your hopes or your fears is that it could lead to confrontation or a bad situation at work, but it won't, okay? It just won't. So that's what the card is saying. Wow, and look, if nothing changes, right, given the overall outcome, you guys have a big jammy card at the end. You've got the Emperor, number 4 major, the major life event. This is like the universe shaping the rest of 2017, I feel, up for you guys to be the masters of your own life, to see things in a different light. I feel a lot of you are maybe seeing situations in a workplace where it's like work and play can kind of meld together. There doesn't have to be this distinction of this cynicism maybe some of you are letting go of, and you're just realizing this is the time of my life. The time is now. I'm going to make the most of it. And this, with the balance coming here, this is good for you. This is good news for you coming. And in this month, September is going to be very good for you. Stay disciplined, guys. Stay disciplined. All right, that's the mundane. Let's get out of the way. Let's get some real action up here. For those of you that are spiritually awake, for those of you that are ready to go, we're going to pull 2 oracle cards, one for direction and one from wisdom. All right, I'm going to get my shuffle on here and chat you guys up a little bit. It's always a perfect opportunity to wish you guys well. I hope you all have the most excellent of journeys and travels. Remember Bill and Ted's and their excellent adventures where George Carlin was out there? He's like, be excellent to one another. Be most awesome to each other, right? That's what I wish for you and all of the things in your life, that it's just awesome, awesome travels and awesome road. All right, that felt right in my hand. So we've got wishing well. We've got spirit of place in your direction. Some of you maybe are wishing for a better place to hang your hat at this time, or wishing that you could make improvements to your environment, the feeling is. And as well, a lot of you might be wishing for a change to come before the fall, right? This card has remnants of fall, and this card has speaks to home, all right? The spirit of place. It's like you want to make sure that everything is in its place when you get into these shorter daylight hours. And whatever it is you're wishing for here, just make sure it's coming from a place where it's like it's going to benefit you. If when you're wishing well, it's almost like wishing for your health. It's wishing for your health in your home, and that's your direction. So if you're making prayers out there, I would say pray for family, pray for security and sanctity of your home, even if you've already got it. be thankful, in a position of thankfulness and blessingness, right? The wishing well is often a card of direction of like a return to gratefulness, a return to gratitude, a return to like maybe letting go of some of like the dogmatic understandings of like what life needs to be or what life must be or what criteria need to be met in order to be successful. It doesn't always have to be that way. Make it your own journey. Make it your own thing, okay? Scorpio, for your wisdom, you've got regeneration. That's perfect, right? That goes well with the spirit of place. Make sure that, you know, you're feeling good, that your health is like up and ready to go. You got to be ready to meet this Jupiter transit when it's ready to go, because, you know, everybody says things are going to get good. But you know what? Things that usually get good, they also come by like kind of challenging you a bit and kind of making you open your eyes to how far you've come and what growth and what blessings, like we said, are around you at present time, and how dynamic you're willing to be in order to maybe, for a lot of you, enter to the next chapter of your life. Scorpio, you guys are like books. It's like, you know, 6-7 years could go by and it's like you feel it. It's almost like a chapter ends and you definitely know it. It's like it's time to put the book down and have a nap before we open up before we turn the page, right? That sort of thing. And the feeling for a lot of you that's coming is going to be a decision, right? The fork in the road. But it's okay when the fork in the road. You have time to hitch your horse to the post there. When you're at a crossroads, it's like we don't need to decide right away. We can evaluate. We can look at the signposts there at the fork in the road and be like, there's plenty of options here. And you know what? It's a landmark. It's not like we can't return here. There's no feeling of a point of no return with any of this stuff. So try and visualize your future. Try and see what it is, where it is you want to be. And then that way, the little daily and the weekly things, the challenges and the decisions that come up will seem so much easier for you, okay? If you put in that sort of mental intention setting work to know that, okay? All right. And for more clarity on those wisdom cards, we're going to just look at this deck in our traditional chakra spread that I've been doing throughout 2017. I've been at it for 6 months, and you know what? 3,700 subscribers. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate all of you. Love you all, because you know it shows to me it's like you guys are willing to see messages for what they are. You're wanting, that one felt good. We're ready to receive the messages for what they are. It's like I almost feel like people out there that, you know, maybe they have 20,000 subscribers or 50,000 subscribers, and I watch and I'm like, wow, they're really talented. They're really awesome people, you know? And then it's like I read some of the comments and I'm like, these people that are commenting, it's like when I read the comments on my channel, I'm like blown away by you guys because of like sort of that level of like intellect and level of like spiritual understanding that you guys have got going on. So it makes me proud of you guys, and it makes me feel like I'm on the right path, and I want to thank you again for that. So let's have a look and see what the messages are. Okay, we've got 8 of fire here coming up. So for some of you, this is like, could be some intermediate travel that's going on. And for some of you, this is like security issues. Wondering if there's enough, maybe funds for a rainy day, enough security, enough money, things like that. But you're wise to it. You like are not letting it dominate you, which is really good. But I just have a feeling that what I have with this wishing well is some of you are just feeling like you wish you could be a little bit more liberated from the clutches of like almost like the almighty dollar, of like the fact that we can't just always be doing what we want to be doing. We have to be there at work with that 3 of Pentacles energy. This 8 is just like saying, don't get caught up in it. Don't worry about it. The silent witness. Everything happens. Just be there. When you have to act, right action will occur. It'll be okay, right? And there's comfort in this card. There is a lot of like, I see it as good health once again. Now, this card as well, I would say you guys want to maybe be avoiding anything that's upsetting your digestive tract at this time, and making sure, like, I don't know, for some reason it's like certain environments, it's like you want to make sure that there's like some level of like bringing cleanliness to a situation. I feel here with this grounding energy. So whatever that might mean, for some of you, it might just be like, waking up the chakras in your feet, even like giving yourself a solid, like, you foot massage and get your fingers in between your toes there and just like remember how awesome that feels, that sort of thing. All right. It's weird and funny, I know, but that's the way we go. Okay. Then we have an ace of air here. Now, this is coming up. So this is inspiration for a lot of you when it comes to your creativity. I'm seeing this more as entrepreneurship now, right now. This is a good time for you guys to make a plan, to build business plans, to work on improving even your professional approach to kind of like 3D money making. So it's like these are closely related. Like they seem kind of opposite, but they're attracting each other at the same time with these two chakras spinning. It's like you're wanting a break from the almighty dollar, but you're also like learning what you need to do in order to make it for yourself, to hold it out. Now, this is traditionally like an ace of swords in most tarot decks, but what this dragon has here is a circle. It's more like reflective almost of like a coin, right? Or a pentagram, right? When you think that's why I'm seeing the entrepreneurship. But it could just be like inspiration coming in a way where it's like new thought forms, new thought patterns are actually taking root and they're actually getting you excited, okay? And this could be new attitudes towards your sexuality as well for a lot of you, I feel. And whatever that means to you, you'll have to take it and run with it. I don't have time to do clarifiers on all these. We've just been doing them on the heart and for the crown, okay? Now, as we move up to the gut instinct, we've got card number 10, wisdom. And look at this, is like typical of the hermit in a traditional tarot deck, right? But this hermit is like kind of seeing things from a different light. This hermit is kind of seeing things as like, protection versus journey. Knowing that like any journey you're on, you need to almost have like a safe house. There almost needs to be like something here that is keeping you grounded, keeping you from becoming a little bit too flighty. So gut instinct to see this card here. You know your best medicine. You know what's good for you. You know what's not good for you. You're discerning enough to know it. Now, are you discerning enough to tell sometimes your taste buds and your libido, like, no, I can't do that right now. I just, maybe I have to tend to some responsibilities. Maybe we have to like make some sort of like journey to take care of responsibilities or tie up loose ends, things of that nature. For this, I'm seeing make a plan, mindfulness, and staying focused are key elements when we see this number 10 wisdom card. All right, now we've got the 5 of air. All right, so whatever's going on here with your heart is just like kind of like there's like what do they call that? A surprise or a gift bag. I feel it's like you're ready to open like a present or like an unknown package, and there's like sort of some suspense and like mystery behind it as well. I feel this is touching for a lot of like single Scorpios that are like kind of wondering like life's journey, how it influences you as a person and then in a relationship. Your compatibility, not even just with another sign, but with the majority of humankind, like as well. It's almost like you're wanting to see this place not with ego, but from this place of inner wisdom, from this place of intuitive gut instinct, not to discern whether or not persons are good or bad, but more so just so that you can apply your loving energies and you're not wasting anything on anybody. Definitely a situation where it's like some people are just not up to snuff when it comes to like understanding or hanging out or knowing the secret hidden truths of the heart of Scorpio. It's not for others to see, and it's just like it's tough to explain, it's tough to reveal, and even if you did, people will either break down or like lose their minds kind of thing. So with this sort of thing, if there's something that you need to communicate, if there's something that you want to communicate, or you're just feeling like maybe you just don't want to, or that is very closed off, it's okay. It's okay. You can keep your heart very still, but remember, when life chapters, when they end and when things begin anew, sometimes we need to be in that little bit of patience. And we have to tell certain people sometimes just to beat it. Like, get out, I'm done here, like our arrangement is finished. Or it's like, you know what, if you're not to a point where you're understanding where I'm going and you're still wanting to maybe, subject yourself onto like these things in these certain ways, maybe you just don't want to be around that person, and your intuition is guiding you. It's like your heart is kind of like gone into like a little box and it's hiding, and like the lower chakra, the solar plexus, is just like powering through right now, being like, yep, nope, beat it, get out of here, I love you, come closer, you go this way, you go that way, leave me alone right now, and when I'll engage when I'm ready, that sort of thing. And your brain is probably just like, it's too much for me, right? But these mid chakras are hitting hard. They're very powerful for you right now, but don't be too like worried in that solitude. We saw it in the mundane reading with 9 of Cups, 9 of Swords reversed. This 5 of Swords straight up is just saying, don't worry, okay? 5 of Air. That's why I like this, because it carries the traditional meanings with the tarot, but it's like the elements are like so uplifting that when you see a 5 of Air, it doesn't necessarily mean like it's all bullshit and fighting, right? Because we can look at things from a higher perspective now, which is what this part of the reading is about. All right, moving up to communications. What is this? We got a 7 of Water reversed here. So maybe some of you are feeling like you don't have to have a choice. You're being forced into conversations, or someone is like probing you for information, or maybe it's like you are discerning now who to reveal information to and how to communicate. It's like we have very many options here, Scorpio. You can give somebody the silent treatment. You could rip their face off, and or you could just like totally be ambiguous and use the, what do they call it, passive aggressiveness to like get your point across. It's almost like these options are waning right now, and things are being streamlined to a head through your communications. Communications is a powerhouse for you right now. And what I'm seeing is like you're going to be asked to communicate effectively, to almost like describe where you're at. And it might be uncomfortable, I feel right now, for some of you, but it's like work that is definitely needing to be done, okay? But if you want to remain silent about the situation, it's like you're gonna have to continually be putting people off. And that's just like the feeling I have for that card. That was a weird one. That was like, wow, I was coming in, because like here it is again, up in the third eye, this Queen of Swords, Queen of Air, and this was challenging you in the mundane reading to see it here in your third eye. There's like somebody, I feel like this air sign, there's somebody that wants to see into your world. They want to study you. They may want to emulate you. They may be jealous of you at this time, and they may just feel like there could be some confrontation, right? It's like they might think they have the beat on you, but that could be like just in the 3D. That could just be in like life and the journey, right? But deep down, like they're reasoning for like, maybe forcing you into these conversations, or being in this air sign that wants to be in your life right now. It's almost like it's there for a reason. There's some sort of lesson to be gleaned off it, or understanding about another person. And it's like, it's coming in pretty heavy. It's third eye. So this is like almost like soul family, or this could be like somebody that is very close to you. And maybe it's a situation where it's like maybe they've come too close, and maybe your intuition now in your third eye is saying, all right, Queen of Air, maybe we've got to clear the air with the Queen of Air. All right, crown chakra energy. You've got this card of heaven and earth, this circle card here. And this is an earth-based card, and this is like kind of like very Wheel of Fortunate. This is like, what do they call it, like midheaven, or your ascending sign. So there's a strong message here for Scorpio rising, I feel as well, that there's this difference between interaction and forward progressive action. They're almost conflicting at this time. It's like almost like giving time to other people is not benefiting you, it's benefiting them. You're asking for more in return in the interpersonal relationships, but a lot of the interpersonal relationships, they're not able to come back to reciprocate for you at this time, because they simply are not at a level to be able to give you what you need. Okay, Adam, that's what I got. That's what came out. We got some clarifiers to come here. I forgot to drop one for the heart, but we're gonna do that. Maybe we didn't need one, but I'm going to drop 2 because every sign's been getting 2. All right, you got the birdies here, so there's chitter chatter. That 5 of swords, that could be just some rumors going around right now. There could be people talking about you, or you want to make sure that whatever you're saying about another person is actually true. This card's been coming out so much for everybody. And this is a card, like, we mentioned, like, some soul family stuff going on here, and this is, like, another sort of earth sign here. It's like you're almost like taking mental note of the interactions and the interpersonal relationships you've had in your lifetime, and like you're very wise to know that everybody's story is different and everybody's walk of life and journey will be different. I feel, Scorpio, that you're doing your best to be very accepting of other people. Even if their frequency or vibration is a little bit lower, you're able to handle it, but don't spend too much of your energy, because there are a lot of cards here that ask you to take care of yourself, to look for yourself, this health being like, and this moderation being general themes. Okay, so that's that. That's what I got for you, Scorpio. I hope you all enjoyed this reading. Know that I love you all, and we'll see you next time.